Over the years, Redington has played a key role in driving innovation and in helping businesses navigate the complex digital landscape here in the region. Joining us today is Viswanath Pallasena, the CEO of Redington MEA, who will share his perspectives on how emerging technologies and innovation are driving the future of businesses. Welcome, Viswanath.
Thank you so much.
Great. So Vish, just to kick us off, can you share the top 3 highlights for Redington in the past year and what were the factors that led to these successes?
We had a phenomenal year. It's easy to pick 3, but it's also tough to pick 3. So here I go. The first and foremost thing was that we crossed the 10 billion mark in turnover across the world. And this is something which is of great significance to us. Our focus has always been on growth and having to grow much ahead of our competitors and also ahead of the market overall has been the mantra inside our company. Today, we achieved an important milestone of that $10 billion, and that comes to my mind first. And this came across all of the 4 theaters that we operate from. We are predominantly an emerging market distributor in the world. So when we worked on the distribution, we transformed ourselves from being a mere distributor into becoming a technology aggregator. We did this growth coming through, expanding into new markets, growing our own market share, and also looking after new technologies to pursue and bring to market as well. So that was the first thing. The second thing that we're very proud about is our Redington Reimagine event that happened, and we did that in June. This is the industry's first. It's the first time that a distributor of any kind has brought together into such a technology forum the best of vendors, the best of channel partners, the best of innovators, and even students. We had speakers in industry, we featured industry-leading speakers and provided glimpses into technologies like artificial intelligence, robotics, and even analytics of the future. So it was just one of those events which we are very proud about, and the industry here is actually proud about as well. The third part of it is within Redington, as we transform ourselves to become a more digitally oriented company, is the next acceleration phase of what we call as a digital twin of Redington, which is actually doing everything we do in the analog world digitally. Through our e-commerce portal, we are accelerating our presence with our e-commerce portal across 10 markets. We're taking all our customers onboarded into the digital platform by giving them and in doing so, giving them a much better experience to work with Redington and getting access to information without having to pick up a phone and call anybody.
Great, thanks so much for sharing that. It sounds like you guys had a really eventful year.
Absolutely.
Yes, so on top of the transformation that you guys had undergone yourselves, obviously as mentioned earlier, Redington plays a pivotal role in helping organizations embrace digital transformation. So can you share some of the strategies that enterprises should consider when it comes to ensuring that they embark on a smooth digital transformation journey?
If you had asked any company sometime back, a few years ago, if they're going to plan to become digitally oriented and transform themselves digitally, it wouldn't have been as resounding or as deterministic an answer as we have it today, that it would be an yes. Everybody has to transform their businesses to become more digitally oriented. Now, digital transformation obviously starts from talking about what you want to do with your customer and what is that you want to experience, we want to give them. But before we get to the customer, one of the most important things companies have to do is to go inside and assess themselves very critically on how ready are their processes today to become digitally oriented, transformed rather. Now, in doing so, they have to do a full study of where they are, do a baselining of where they are, and then adopt methodologies like in an agile way, so that you orient everything into your company step by step, right up to where it'll touch the customer, and then make sure that the company is internally digitally transformed so that you will provide that ultimate experience to the customer when you go and make that process digitally relevant to your customer. So it's easy and cliche to say that you have to have a clear vision and you have to have your basics right, but that's very important in doing anything that is so transformatory within a company.
I agree, and definitely when it comes to digital transformation, there's no one size fits all for companies. Like everyone has their own journeys and they have their own goals, and their strategies should fit these vision and these goals.
Absolutely. In Redington, for example, we are making it so important for us that employees have to be digitally savvy. We call it digital quotient of an employee.
One technology that we've been hearing a lot about over the last few years is artificial intelligence, and it's becoming very prevalent across industries today. So what can you say can enterprises do in terms of ensuring that they are able to strike a balance between utilizing the technology and while also ensuring that they maintain a personal touch?
Well, Adele, the answer is in your question. You mentioned about artificial intelligence as a technology that's available, becoming prevalent. You talked about balance, striking a balance. Third thing you mentioned about personal touch. Those are the answer is rare in your question itself, that it is something that is becoming, that artificial intelligence is going to be available across all facets of technology and your interactions, and it's going to be prevalent. So you can't stay away from it, but you got to imbibe it and bring it into your lives and into your company, and have a balance between how you bring it and how you use it and where you use it, like for using it for more repetitive tasks and bringing in more efficiencies and everything else, whereas using the personal touch and the human intelligence and balance to balance against that repetitive tasks and things like that. Ultimately, anything that is delivered in a personal way, in a relevant way, is going to stay and make that more important.
We've talked about, the highlights at Redington over the past year, the trends that are, impacting the region today and enterprises here in the region. So I want us to look into the future a little bit. So can you elaborate on Redington's growth strategy moving forward?
Our company is a very growth-oriented company, and we quantified our growth aspirations as well very well. It's both aspiring to be growing much faster than the market, growing to be a certain size and things like that, and also doing it successfully, in other words, profitably as well. So our growth vectors are across technologies. As I said, that our tapestry of growth, if you look at a carpet, it's about the tapestry. What do you have that? It's becoming a complete digital aggregator, bringing in all of these technologies together and woven together very nicely. And then you build this beautiful carpet, which is it's there, it's woven together, it is welcoming people into being on top of it, and then going into the right locations like the new frontiers and opening up new venues. So that's the other growth vector of going to new geographies. For example, now we have opened up our operations in South Africa, and it's a huge market actually, and that's one of those areas that we're going to be making a strong foray into. And the other growth vector is about doing better with what we are doing, meaning growing our shares. So growing share, growing into new market, and bringing in the best of technologies together is our growth strategy. And we are on this carpet, and this carpet is going to fly. Where we reach, I talked about reaching 10 billion, right? The company, you might have heard about Canalys, one of the leading channel research companies and media companies in the world. They reported that we have become one of the top 10 distributors, in fact, the 9th position. And we are as touted as the fastest growing distributor in the world. So that's another thing that we have to live up to now with our growth strategies, and we are very focused on achieving that.
Thank you so much for sharing all those insights. And just to round off our conversation, our amazing conversation today, I wanted to end on a lighter note. So just this question that I have for you. So if you were stuck in a remote island, which technology would you wish to have with you?
it's good to be stuck in a remote island, but not for too long, right? You don't want to stay remote for too long, although a lot of things are happening around us are remote. Well, what is that one technology that I'll wish for? And I'm a futuristic guy in the sense that I like to look for something in the future. So what do I want? The technology, I'd like teleporting. I've been always dreaming about teleporting, how it happens across in, those earlier TV serials and movies that we used to have. So that's one technology I'm looking forward to. I'm sure we can be a dreamer. It'll be there sometime.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Pleasure,
Vish.
Adele.
And
Pleasure.
we hope to hear more from you and the Redington team, of course.
I look forward to it, Adele.